Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Right now, what we're going to dig into, the market really hasn't been moving a ton, but we're going to dig into Bitcoin here. We're seeing some rejection around that $4,000, and we failed to make a higher high, and now it kind of looks like we're wanting to start to roll over. We're looking at the MACD, the histogram. We're going to get into a few other indicators and just kind of show you the bullish side, the bearish side, and what's happening right now. So we're going to get into that, guys, and if you like what we do here, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into this. So what we're seeing here, guys, basically is we're running into this overhead resistance that I've had in this symmetrical triangle. So we have higher lows that have been coming in, and now we're basically having those lower highs that have been coming in, and we're seeing some rejection at that trend line, and now we're basically getting trapped between that trend line and that 20 EMA. And remember, that 20 EMA has been so valuable. You see how we've been holding it as support. We've been getting nice bounces off it for a while now and just staying up above it, and now we're getting to the point where we're either going to lose the 20 EMA and drop to the downside and see if we can find some support on that 50 moving average or the 100-day moving average, or we're going to break up through this and it'll be a nice strong aggressive break. So it's going to be one of the two, and that's where I think patience is kind of just the key right now. Could we have a few more days to the sideways? Absolutely. Could we drop down into this area and then move sideways? We still have room to do that, guys. We could still come down here and test this lower trend line. So these are all the things that I'm looking at, but right now obviously things are just looking a little bit more bearish. We saw that rejection at 4,000. Right now we're seeing that we could not get up above, at least at the moment, above this trend line that we had drawn in this symmetrical triangle. Our volume's looking weak. It's kind of tailing off there. Our MACD looks like it's wanting to cross over, and our histogram's dropping down. All right, so those are the bearish things that I'm seeing, as well as I wanted to also point out here the stochastic RSI, which is another good oscillator, or the stock RSI. I've been doing a lot of reading about that as well. And you can see there's still more room to the downside. We crossed over here and we're just still dropping down straight. We haven't started to put that hook in yet, so I'm really keeping my eye on that as well. And we're at 41 and 61, so that definitely could go a lot lower. You can see where we've been getting bounces off, and that's been down around here, down in that almost that zero range. So that's something you want to keep your eye on as well. That's another thing that's bearish. You know, guys, our price has been going up and our volume essentially has been going down. So that's another thing. When price is going up, you usually want to see that volume swelling and gaining. So we basically want to be starting here and starting to rise up and swelling. So that's another thing I'm keeping my eye on, along with this red box here as overhead resistance. So my take on this is, this might be a good time just to be patient and really study and say, hey, I'm going to wait until one of these market makers makes their move. Because, you know, we're showing a lot of bearish indicators and bearish things, and we're also having some bullish things, like still we're up above. We have not closed up above this or down below this 20 EMA. That is still acting as support. Our 50 is still acting as support. Our 100 is still acting as support. We have our golden cross that took place between our 50 and our 100 moving average there, where the short term crossed over the longer term, and we're still up above this trend line. So that's what I mean. Like, there's 5 or 6, 7 bearish things that are taking place, but there's also 4 to 5 bullish things that are taking place. So that's where, patience really can be the key, and we're just going to have to figure out what's taking place in this trend. And another trend line that I would draw, and I just want to show you guys and see if we hold this. This would be another sign. So we'll just do a rough trend line here like that. So we're going to see if we hold that. Now, if we don't hold this trend line, most likely we're going to break, and we're going to try to find support down in this area. Right around that, I would guess around 3,800 or so would be a good spot to see if we get a bounce off of. So that's what I try to do, guys. I try to formulate a plan, and my plan right now is patience. It's neutral. I want to see, there's more bearish indicators than there are bullish indicators, but there's still bullish indicators, and you don't want to discount that as well. So anyone who's a perma bull right now and saying, I'm for sure thinking we're going to go to the downside, I would be cautious about that. And if people are saying, hey, we're long and we're moving, let's go, I'd be cautious of that as well. So that's my take on this, guys. Just really step back, take a look at these things, and pay attention to the price and see what happens. If you looked at my last video, I wrote about, are the bears stalking $4,000, and that's kind of what we're seeing right now. We are seeing the bears taking some positions at $4,000. So, write all this stuff down, guys, all the bullish things, all the bearish things, and then calculate your own plan. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just here to help, lay things out and put in perspective for both directions. So God bless each and every one of you. I hope you're having an absolute wonderful Saturday. Enjoy some March Madness out there, and just have some fun, guys. God bless you all.